Alright, I'm back for War 4 of Season 54, and this is against Fallen Angels. So first we got Path 4, and I'm just using Silk for this. There's nothing really to this fight. Um, I mean, he benefits from the node with the Fury. I think it's 150% Fury, and you can't heal from any of his debuffs. And also, he's just annoying in general because of the protection. So, I mean, I'm not a fan of fighting leader really, but it's not too bad. I have Omega Sentinel on the team. She was just there for synergy, and I deeply regret bringing her. Should have brought somebody else, but you'll see later. So, I mean, this fight goes fine, but just look at the damage I'm doing. Like, I'm just doing a whole lot of nothing because of that protection. And also, inequity. I have a bunch of debuffs on me, so that hurts my damage a lot. I've heard, like, you're supposed to, like, keep him in the door or something to remove the protection. I don't exactly know. I don't really fight leader, but he's when I throw my special 3 rotation, I think he just dies. So let's see. And I will say the original plan was to bring Crossbones, and I would have used Crossbones for this fight, and it would have been a lot faster. And with how this war went, I wish I would have had Crossbones, because I almost died because of it. So also, I probably should not have gone for that. Especially, I totally forgot about the weakness in that fight. But yeah, and then here, this is Trappy's defender too. But so, I don't know. This fight, there's not much to this fight, but there's like a weird interaction in this fight. I don't know if anybody can explain this, but when he throws his special 1, I get Furies. Now, normally you only get Furies when you purify debuffs, but I don't know what she's purifying exactly to get the Furies. I have no clue. I've never used her for this node before, but as you can see, like, I'm getting Furies. It looks like it's when I'm dexing I get them, but as you can see, those Furies, they're huge Furies. So it literally just ends the fight so quick. But I don't know what that interaction is from. So I mean, after the fight, I'm like looking at the nose, and I'm just confused. I don't know. Maybe I just missed something, or maybe somebody can explain it to me. But I don't know. I think I put on an invo for that fight too. I kind of forget, but then we got Path 9, and we got this Killmonger. I settled for, like, not a great option for this fight because I was taking the I was taking a later fight with Professor X, and I was going to take the boss with Professor X, but I didn't have the option because it was already gone. So I was originally assigned the boss with Kitty, but then it got changed to Onslaught, and I didn't want to take it with Onslaught, so I brought Professor X. And I just messed everything up. I should have just stuck with what I had. But we got this fight, and Professor X is not really, he doesn't really counter this node. He doesn't really counter anything here, but you just hope for good RNG and, you know, not getting too many debuffs on yourself. Yeah, the original plan was to bring Crossbones for this fight, but, you know, that didn't go according to plan. I wish I would have had Crossbones, though, because he would have made the last fight a hell of a lot easier. Um, I did not want him to throw that, but he did. And I'm just trying to get to my special 3 at this point. I don't know if I could have thrown the special 3 with the invulnerability, with like the indestructible that he had, but I didn't want to take, I didn't want to take that chance. So yeah. Now I will say I did bring Omega Sentinel for the extra charges. So you get extra charges for every fight that he does, which is like, it's nice, but it's like unnecessary at the same time. And yeah, I could have easily just used crossbones with that spot. So yeah, there's not too much else to this fight. This is just Professor X doing Professor X things, and he's just gonna die. I'll say I don't use him very much just because he doesn't always fit into the plan, or especially with this tactic, I prefer to use decay options for Enchantress, so I don't really use him very much. But this fight was one of the scariest endings to a fight I've ever had. So all season long, I've been told that One Eye Open gets shut down by decay. And so that is the only reason why I was okay with doing this fight with Silk, was because I was told that One Eye Open was shut down by decay. So yeah, I was originally going to do this fight with Crossbones, but I was like, oh, it should be fine with Silk because she has the slow and decay stops One Eye Open, and that just did not happen. And I don't know why I kept trying it, and that just took so much of my health right there. And then I can't even hit her because of One Eye Open after that. So yeah, this is just a mess. And it's gonna get worse. So as you see, she's unstoppable. So I wanted her to throw the special 2 immediately, like when she was in the corner, and she just didn't. Thankfully, she's not unblockable. So yeah, I just can't hit her while she's stunned. And then I make stupid mistakes, like throwing my special while she's unblockable. Oh my god. And as you see, I have suicide. I have recoils on still. I didn't think it would be a problem. As you see, I had to like punish her special with my heavy, because that's the only way I could counter the unstoppable. And as you can see, my health is just slowly going down, and her health is not going down fast enough. It's just a race to see who dies first. And I wish that combo would have killed, and it didn't kill. And then I just threw my special 2, and it killed. That was so bad. So now I know. And we had sent somebody with decay to One Eye Open before, but he didn't hit them while they were stunned. So we didn't know that it didn't work. So yeah, I guess that's why you test things yourself. But I didn't have a chance to test that during the off season. So every time I would look at the war during the off season, path 9 was always like the first path taken. So I didn't really have a chance to test it, but never again. But this fight goes well enough. I do take a lot of damage, but that's like not from actually getting hit. So yeah, this was why, this and the Bullseye Boss was why I brought Professor X in the first place. I could have taken this with Crossbones, but I chose not to. Honestly, I don't really like bringing Crossbones for war, because every time I bring Crossbones for war, something seems to go wrong. And see, I take a lot of damage right here because I just block it instead of dexing it. But I mean, I guess it's better to be safe than sorry, because because now the fight's over. And as you see, I'm doing way more damage this time because I got the paralysis. But yeah, I prefer not to use crossbones in war. It's not like his fault, but every time I use him in war, something goes wrong. So, but I don't think I've ever died with Professor X in war. So, I mean, I would feel bad if I did. So, yeah, this goes simple enough, and that was my war. So I'll see you in the next video. I'm out.